EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us north of the border in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo taking on the Black Knights of Toronto.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A carry here for Trevion Henderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Amari Barno getting there to make the stop.
2nd and 10.
But you look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
This is caught inside the 15. And what a big-time play there.
It's a gain of
42 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you,
His pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Levis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Levis. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
It always seems like a lightning bolt when you get a big run on 3rd and inches. But in this case, all the credit has to go to the offensive line. They out-leveraged the defensive front and created a gap for him to get through and create that big-time run.
In motion, the tight end. Right back to Genty on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and a couple. Levis sets up to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And you look at this defense. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you talk about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. They'll try to run for it with Genty. They needed two. They could only get one. Fourth down.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Levis from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Elijah Higgins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dragons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's good to make it 7-0.
Makes the score Dragons 7, Black Knights nothing. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To the air, May. They're going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 58 yards. And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
The game at 7. Andres Borregales set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw, it's Levis. They'll get this out to Genty. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Here's Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Dragons.
Now a handoff to Jeanty.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play.
Levis now off of play action. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars if this ball was overthrown.
Levis to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
With that, he'll equal his receiving yards from a week ago. We're just in the first quarter. And that's a first down as well.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. And a Tokyo first down.
From the gun, Bigsby. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Levis back to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
7-7, our score after one. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Levis looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Take over. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. Gets this one to Hill. On the move past the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That's good.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, it's May. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Short throw caught by Dulcich. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Looking to throw, May. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with May. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Levis out of the shotgun now. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Dragons.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not
just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now, after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
Play action now. Levis going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good.
Well,
I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of
Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's May.
He's got it to Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Their throw is May.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, May with it. Short pass caught by Henry. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left,
but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And this is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Black Knights are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
13. Andy Borregales set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
The offense will line up for
Levis will try to throw for the 2.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points.
Dragons 21. Black Knights.
And around
14.
the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's May.
And going deep for Hill.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
A gain of 10 yards. And a Tokyo.
Levis.
First down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Levis sets up to throw here. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's good for a
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Andres Borregales is set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He'll find Jeanty out of the backfield. He's across midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Now Levis.
At the 27-yard line.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That's good.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. A run straight ahead with Jeanty. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Back to throw, it's Levis. Completes this one to Thornton. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Jeanty. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Black Knights, 14. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change their thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air, May. Short pass caught by Henry. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Now back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Here's Levis. That's complete to Parham. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Tokyo, first down. A gain of 16 yards. And a Tokyo first down.
Levis looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Levis's pass.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Levis back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw, it's May. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. Open man, the tight end Henry. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brings up second.
They're going to throw. May.
At the 32-yard line.
Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Guys, what are you doing? What a waste of time.
Second and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 17 yards out.
And the Black Knights are able to cut into that deficit.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
31. Black Knights, 21. Andy Borregales set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. The drive will begin with a run by Genty.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a Tokyo first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dragons.
On first down, it's Genty. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Levis to throw it.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dante Thornton. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air.
And the Dragons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed Old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Carlson now to kick this one away.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. From the 43, here's second down and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
He'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
But
at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
From the gun on third down, it's May.
And going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 57 yards.
And the Black Knights have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On second and 10, Levis.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Levis out of the shotgun now.
And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Levis from the gun.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
From the shotgun, it's May.
It's complete to Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, May with it. That is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
For a Toronto first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the gun, it's May. It's Williams on the catch. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Here's May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Hunter Henry, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Black Knights have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Black Knights 35. Andy Borregales set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
We've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On the give, Jeanty. Now he's able to break to 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now he'll tuck this and run. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the give, Jeanty. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for the touchdown. Ashton Jeanty hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Black Knights 35. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
At the 35-yard line.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They'll throw with May. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Short pass caught by Henry.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Toronto first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw again.
That'll be caught by Hill.
Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Black Knights have cut it back within a score.
For the extra point.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Black Knights 42. Andres Borregales set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Levis. His throw complete right side to the Tiger and Parham.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
The
only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown.
Donald Parham.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dragons use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
42. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's first and 10. To the air, May.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
On the play. And the Toronto first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
It's a gain of
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Cole now on the punt, and he sends this one away.
Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000.
This is first and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Tokyo,
they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Toronto, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.